Okay, right, welcome back. So in the previous video, we chatted about quickly how to download and how to install Vanilla Payroll. I'm sure that you guys came right with that. Remember to get the registration code, pop it into the program, and then from here, I'm going to show you guys quickly how to add a company on Vanilla Payroll. I think that is obviously the next step. So let me quickly run through the process so that you guys can get set up with how to set up your company. Right, so on my computer, you can see over there is my Vanilla Payroll icon. I'm going to click on this one over here. So this will obviously be your first introduction to Vanilla Payroll. You can see over here you've got a couple of options. You can see there's an open button, an upgrade button, exit, and then backup and restore is the place where you will obviously do the backups of your software, which is really, really important, especially once you start working it. You can see I'm going to press the button which is open. So you can see at the moment we obviously don't have any employees on my Vanilla Payroll, and you can see the first message that I'm getting over here is, would you like to import Vanilla Payroll from Vanilla Payroll 2023? So if you upgrading from 1 year over to the next year, you can press the import button, then it will go look for that specific file, and it will import all the companies and all employees and stuff from the previous year's financial information to the current year. So we're not going to do that for now. So I'm just going to say no, because I want to show you guys quickly how to add an employer. You can see, would you like to add the information from the previous screens? Maybe I'm going to say yes, because remember that you guys obviously small business, so it will obviously need the information from them. You can see pay-as-you-earn reference number. So if you are an employer, then obviously you will have a pay-as-you-earn reference number. For the demonstration, I'm just going to put in 2, so it will accept it over there. Then you can see over here's the next button. They ask you registered with the unemployment insurance fund. So that is also really important. Obviously, because I'm doing the demo, I'm just going to untick that box over here. And you can see now it's giving me a warning to say that it's a statutory requirement that all employees are registered with UIF. I'm just going to say confirm so that we can just get past it. But normally, if you are registered, there's the place over there would put in your UIF reference number. And remember, the UIF reference number is not the one that you get from the receiver of revenue. You need to get the one that comes from the Department of Labor. It's not the same number. It's not this U number that they're using over there. You can see the next button there is ETI eligible. So that, remember, that is the employee tax incentive. So if you employ certain people under a certain age group, then you can get a little bit of incentive from the receiver of revenue. So if you do use ETIs, and remember to tick that little box here over there. Now you can see the last tab over there is where they talk about the ETI stuff, so we're not going to do that for now. And then I think just the next important thing is the SDL, Skills Development Levy. And you can see there's a little I, so if you press on it, you can see as from August 125, employees with a payroll of less than 500,000 Rand are exempt from SDL. So if your payroll is less than 500,000 Rand, you're going to tick that little boxy, and then you don't need to worry about any reporting on the Skills Development Levy. You can see over here, there's other important stuff that you can put in. It's not that important to do the trade classifications, and the quota registration number is also really good if you do have it, so you can put it in one place. So remember, quota is workman compensation, so that's people get hurt on the job and stuff like that, where you can claim that type of stuff, you see. So that is where the quota registration number will go in, and then the SIC codes. You can see that all on Vanilla Payroll, so all the places where you see this little asterisk, you can't, oh dear, quickly see, what happened to my payroll now? Do I still have it up? Oh yeah, there we go. Sorry, I don't know what button I pressed there. But you can see over here's the SIC codes. So there's a long list of different codes. So you need to try and find your industry that you're in. And then you can see that you need to choose the SIC code. So this is really important when you start doing your IP files for your employees. And then that is where you would choose your SIC codes. We'll talk about the setup frequencies just now. You can see contact information. This pulled through from my form that I ticked that little box to say that whether I want to put my information on here. So obviously if it's not there, you're going to put the address, your suburb, Cape Town, your telephone numbers. Remember, everything with the asterisks, you have to complete it, otherwise you can't save it. RFI funds, so this is retirement annuities and stuff like that. So if you do work with pension funds, you can see over here, you can set it up to say that the employer gives a certain percentage and the employee gives a certain percentage, provident funds, retirement annuity. There is a place on the payslip when we're going to start working with payslips, we can do the same function over there for each employee separately. So if you don't have retirement annuity funds for all your employees, then rather just leave this one clear And then when you start working with the individual employees, then you can just load it there. Bank details, this is not compulsory, but you can set up your bank details because I know that it does have certain functions on bigger, if you've got a lot of employees, we can actually send this information through to the bank and then they can make the payment straight from the reports over here. Company logo is something that's always really nice to have on your payslip. So there you can select your company logo. Then once you start printing payslips, your company logo will appear over there. Tax paid, so this button over here, so if you're carrying or moving data from one payroll package over to another payroll package, then it would put your year-to-date information over here. So if, let's say, for instance, in March you paid 5,000 Rand, April you paid 5,000 Rand, and in May is when you start using vanilla payroll, then obviously this information is where you would put your year-to-date stuff in over there. And you can see it's got the same function for STL and for UIF. And there's that button where we talked about ETI. So this is the employment tax incentive. If you do work with that, remember then you need to tick this little box here over here where it says ETI eligible. So I think that is the basic setup. You can see over there at the bottom there's a little button that says Save Employer. So if I tick the button, now it's complaining about UIF number. Let's quickly see if I just put that in there, where that was accepted. Yes, so that is the place where you add an employer. In the next video, I'm going to chat to you guys quickly about how to add an employee to Vanilla Payroll.